Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about the energies that are coming up on Valentine's Day. It's going to probably cover any of the energies that you've noticed maybe a week before, and maybe even going into the future a few weeks after through the rest of February. Without further ado, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. They're all rose quartz. They're all different types of, they're all the same kind of rose quartz, but in different forms, as you can see, representing the many different kinds of love there are in the world. And for me personally, I feel like Valentine's Day is not just a day of romantic love, but it's a day of friendship. It's a day of honoring the love that you have for your family and neighbors, and also the love you have for yourself and for those out there in the universe and in the global world at large that you do not know. So let's get into it. I'm excited for this reading, and we'll get ahead and get started. Okay, pile number 1. Now I'm using a deck that I haven't used before. I'm using as always, I will list all of the tarot decks and oracle card decks and decks that I'm using in the reading in the info box. But I'm using a new deck. It's called Pleasure Alchemy, a guidebook for enjoyment and fulfillment by Maud White. Very, very beautiful deck. And I'm new to this deck, so we'll see what energies come up. I'm also using the Empath deck. I'm using the True Heart Tarot by Rachel True. I'm also using crystal, the stone deck, crystals, the stone deck. And I'm using also a deck that I got off of a Kickstarter called Zodiac 101 by Intuit Oracle. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into pile number 1. Pile number 1 is this smooth tumbled rose quartz. And as always, we start with our tarot cards first. Some of the cards, actually, more cards came out for certain cards for certain decks, and all of the decks are uniform. So right away, bam, 10 of discs, it's in reverse. 9 of discs in reverse. Ooh. Hangman. Ooh. I see that Queen of Wands. In this deck right now, I'm getting the vibe that you guys are sort of in a position where you have to choose money over passion or passion over money. You're not sure which one to choose, or you have chosen and it's a balancing act. If you're not sure which one to use, hang out for a little bit and things will become clearer as Valentine's Day and as the month of February progresses on into, I'm getting into the next full moon. So yeah, things will become clear for you. And I'm also getting that you are beautifying, you're doing some kind of for a lot of you, this is a creative. You're creatively beautifying your space, or you are looking into creative endeavors that you feel will bring art and beauty to your life. This Queen of Wands energy, I always see her as like this mover and shaker and this networker, this fire energy, which is like Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, which is a kind of doer, goer, mover, beer energy. And we even have this lion in the back. So some of you might have started to, during this last full moon in Leo, about a week, or what is it, like 2 days ago or so, you're still riding on this full moon in Leo energy. So I think that between now and the next full moon, you will decide, whether or not you're going to choose essentially money or passion, money or love too. Some of you are being called to choose money or love. Maybe there's a job offer or something coming up, and And it could impact a relationship that you have or a new relationship that you're looking into. Yeah. A lot of you are reevaluating your relationship with money. Yeah, there's a lot of money energy. A lot of you are reevaluating your relationship with money and your relationship with security. So with the Ten of Cups, when it comes, or Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, again, this emotional energy is coming through. But with the Ten of Pentacles, when it's upright, you are established. When it's reversed, you might be established, but you're stagnating. You might be just going through the motions, or you've made it to a certain point, and now you're just blasé. You're jaded. You need some growth, something to activate you. And I think a creative project, an outlook or endeavor, or a romance will be the thing that comes in to activate and rejuvenate your creativity, your vigor, your vive, joy de vivre, yes, your joy of life. That is what I'm getting for you. And with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I don't think this has to do with money in this. I think it has to do with your idea towards the relationship. It might not be, a sure bet, or this passion project that you have. Some of you it's a relationship, for some of you it's a passion project, and some of you, I feel like there was a reading back in the Leo full moon that had to do with a similar balance. So you might want to go back to that Leo full moon reading and see what card comes up for you, the one that was posted before this one, back on, I believe, the 8th or the 9th. Yeah. And with this Hangman, it's advising you to be patient, to weigh all your options, and just to kind of hang out in the energy. If it's a brand new relationship that's coming through, don't rush into it. No fools rush in energy. Just kind of chill out. Let's see what is happening here. Let's see if it works. That's the energy that I'm getting for you. The same thing with a passion project, passion versus money, or job or career. Hang out there for a minute and see, what does it look like to balance both. See what does it look like to balance both, and is there a way I can make both fit in my life before I throw the baby out with the bathwater, essentially, before I just throw caution to the wind and and go after this passion, which I feel like a lot of you want to. But this Hangman is telling you to have a little caution. Let's see what comes up with our Zodiac. Slingshot, yeah. Tension, strain, sudden anxiety, pressure, launch, stress. Pull, set in motion, focus, begin, force, change. Pulled in opposite directions. Ready, aim, fire. I think this is definitely for this Hangman's card. And with 5 is the card of change. And there's the Taurus emblem right here. Taurus symbol is a symbol of course, Taurus represents stability, right? Stability and foundations, versus 5, versus this change energy. And it could feel like the energy that if you're jumping out, this could be like, it could feel like this full energy where you are the rock in the slingshot, and your thoughts and endeavors and actions, if you decide to go for it, it could feel like you're being just shot into the wild. Let's see. Your crystal is Hiddenite. It's a variety of spudamine. Hiddenite's green aura emanates the warm and fuzzies. If you tap into the stone's frequency and feel the buzz, you must have a big heart. Use it. French existentialists, future trippers, bad romantics. That's who needs it. Oh my God. It's like a cuddly peak cousin. Kunzite should be aimed at the heart. When you find yourself stuck in the past or too focused on the future, Hiddenite is down to make the most of every moment. If you're in a rut, call on it. Call on Hiddenite to help you love your way out of it. Claim your happy place. I think what the Hiddenite card is telling you to do is yeah, you're stuck in a rut. You're stuck in this sort of the same old. You make good money. You've worked hard to get where you are, and you're afraid to take a leap of faith. And it's saying take the leap of faith, but take some time to think about it first. Let's see how it impacts your life. Let's see how it relates to everything in your life. Like, do you have kids? I mean, do you have any dependents that will rely on you if you decide to go after this passion project? What will it mean for the people that you care about in your life? Things like that. Weigh out the options before you do it. Don't just jump into it, but also don't be afraid and don't be stuck in a rut. Oh, more hanged man energy. Make peace with uncertainty. Oh, it may take a while to find clarity about the situation. Be patient. Know that invisible healing forces are at work during this phase. Yes. So definitely keep your head on a swivel spiritually, meaning keep your intuition tapped in. And one of the ways you can do that is just by going into meditation, thinking about the issue, and whatever comes up first, like journal it, write it down, and then make sort of like maybe even automatic writing I'm getting or flowing with whatever information comes up once you come out of meditation to give you some possible answers about what to do. But don't just jump into it at the same time. Don't run away and don't jump into it. Fourth voice remedy is resolution. And I think that has to do, I'm going to grab this card deck, because this is a new deck again, and I am learning about this deck right along with you. So this card is not necessarily meant to help you, but it's meant to help you actively engage to, let's see, note on the divination. It's meant to help you actively engage with the current needs and make changes for yourself by using the tools and allies contained within the deck. So let's see what fourth means. Oh, this is color coded, I guess. Hang on one second. Ah, voice. Okay. Let us see. Here we go. This is the voice section, and I'm guessing it feels a lot like opening up your throat chakra for some of you. For some of you, this feels like opening up your throat chakra, expressing your needs. Yeah. Interesting. Voice remedy. Again, I am navigating this right along with you. So this is actually organized differently. Here you go. Voice remedies. Yeah, are about, you guessed it, speaking up, sitting down, talking with yourself or with your trusted other. Pleasure can be rejected or inhibited by society. You have probably experienced this yourself, but we are all subject to social pressure and cultural norms. What this means is certain concepts or ideas can serve as triggers and make experiencing pleasure difficult and even traumatic. Voice remedies actually to gently and compassionately examine and express what concepts or ideas might be at play for you in denying or inhibiting pleasure in your life. Ah, yes. So, some of you might be afraid with this voice remedy card. You might be afraid to experience joy and pleasure. Something might have happened traumatically in your life that inhibited that for you. That told you that if you experience pleasure, if you experience joy, then something bad's going to happen. Yeah. And so one of your challenges with this relationship or going after this artistic endeavor is going to be for you to be able to experience joy without fear and without guilt and without like this apprehension that there's somehow going to be some punishment for you. Yeah. That there's going to be some kind of thing that that essentially bothers you. And I found the page. With curious attention, turn your mind to what may be unresolved in your life. Is there something blocking you from feeling good today? Do you need to take time to process and work through events of the past? The tasks and expectations of everyday life can overwhelm and distract. Sometimes old wounds or triumphs can be pushed aside only to linger in the back of your mind, unseen and unaddressed, yet still felt. Might that be the case today, alchemist? Is there something you've been unable to let go of that's preventing you from fully inhabiting the pleasure available in the present moment? Take time to address events that have shaped you, either recently or in the distant past. It's never too late to process and incorporate new wisdom. It's never too late to work through what is unresolved. Seek resolution. You have an unresolved issue. And I think it's related to, if it's a relationship, the fact that you are sort of waffling back and forth about whether to do this has to do with the fact that you were hurt in the past, or that you have some unresolved childhood trauma or something like that. Maybe even father or mother wounds that are preventing you from moving forward. And if this is, it might be a similar case if this is a pleasure project. Maybe this is something that you were told that you couldn't do. Like maybe you wanted to go to school for art or something, and you were told to go to school for a more practical, career, because art is never going to make it, or music is never going to make it, or any of these types of things. And now you want to be courageous and go back into the field or the thing that you were told was never going to work. Or maybe you've gotten your heart broken, or you've been hurt some way relationally, and now you want to go explore a relationship, either romantic or non-romantic, that is is basically challenging the fact that you were hurt in the past. And so you're being advised to think it through, to meditate, to take notes on all of this, but at the same time, don't let the fear of that past trauma stop you from going ahead, pile number one. And that is the message that I have for you, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed your reading. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment below if this message resonated for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number two. And this one is the lovely rough quartz. This is on raw quartz, not tumbled. A favorite piece for me to use I love using this for healing and heart chakra healing and self-love grids. So let's see what comes up. We always start with our tarot cards first. Queen of, wow, there's a lot of money energy. Four of Discs in reverse. You are coming into your complete glow up era. Releasing the lack and poverty mindsets in favor of an abundance mindsets. King of Wands in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. A lot of you, and this is a pile that you almost might be drawn to pile number one, to be honest, because a lot of people in this pile have been on the grind for a long time. You've been, and you are being very successful at it. You are releasing a lack mindset. You are releasing all of those sort of negative beliefs that block your money and block your abundance. But at the same time, you might be leaning really, really far into like hustle culture, to the point that you could be you could get burned out, to be honest. Yeah. To be honest, you could be getting burnt out. And with this this is Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Some of you might be either getting into relationships or have gotten into relationships that are somewhat exploitative and manipulative in nature. And so there's and you've been, the thing is, you've been working so hard. You've been, and sometimes the people, the other person in this relationship and getting a romantic partner that might be taking advantage of your generosity, might be sort of, you might be the huge major bread winner in the relationship, and the other person is kind of like not pooling as much of their fair share, let's put it that way. Trying to be I'm trying to be kind here, not pulling as much as their fair share as you, while you are working, while you are hustling, while you are making it happen and being a boss, basically. The person that you're in a romantic relationship with might not be motivated, might not help around the house, and might also be a little duplicitous. So in this watch out for the energy, especially of new partners coming in. If there's new dates coming in, watch out for that energy, and watch out for the energy of people that aren't about it. Essentially, they aren't adding to your life in any demonstrable way, or you know, watch out. I'm getting, for some of you who are going on a date or have a date planned this weekend, or already went on a date, because this is a little bit later, Valentine's evening. Yeah, watch out for that date. Look at, look at things. Are they paying? Are they, or do they offer? If it's like, if you're okay with paying for the date, did they at least offer? Did they offer to tip? How do they treat the waiters and wait staff? Are they rude or are they kind? Some of them might have this sort of arrogant attitude with this King of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Some of them, yeah. Yeah. With this King of Wands in reverse, that's also the energy of a person that they don't necessarily will block you or be in your way, in other words, but they might not add anything to you either. Yeah, they might not go out of their way to help you. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. If it's in a relationship, you might want to reconsider if you are getting what you put into the relationship. This might be time, this might be energy, this might be financial means. Yeah, consider if what you're putting into the relationship is, and what you're getting out of the relationship is at least comparable or worth it. That is the message that I'm getting for you, pile number 2, because yeah, some of you might be, your kindness might be taken advantage of as well. Yeah. And with this 4 of Pentacles, if it's a new relationship, or don't rush in prematurely. And if it's an old relationship, don't move to the next step without, I'm sorry, not this 4 of Pentacles, 4 discs. Don't rush in without considering all the options before you deepen the relationship to the next step. That's what I'm getting. Evaluate what the relationship is worth, and evaluate your worth too. This is asking you to examine deeply. Oops, sorry. What is it that you feel you are worth? And what is it in a relationship that makes it worth it to you to pursue? Really look at those. Really look at those questions. And that's going to kind of determine, do I want to stay or do I want to go? Because you are the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Discs. You have it all together. And this could be a male, female, or any gender energy. With the Queen of Pentacles, with the rabbit and the wand. You have the rabbit in the hat. Like, I'm getting, so the energy I'm getting is this song from the 90s, a rap song called I Wish by this guy called Skee-Lo. Like, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" father. You have all that, and the other person wants all of that. And look at the balance in the relationship. This might not be all just financial, although it could pertain to financial. This might also be to the investment that the person puts into the relationship, emotionally, financially, sexually, helping and aid, all of that. And helping and aid doesn't necessarily mean finances. It could be thoughtfulness. It could be, are they romantic? Do they go out of their way to help you do things like the dishes and vacuuming things? Are the tasks of living together, if you live together, or if you're dating, are the relationship tasks divvy to your satisfaction? Are you getting in what you put in? Take baby steps, yes. Go slowly like the patient turtle. Do not try to rush anything. Baby steps are golden. They will lead you to your fondest goals. Yeah, I think this has to do with this relationship. If it's a new relationship and it kind of feels right, but you're not sure yet, don't rush into it. That's the vibe I'm getting. If it's an older relationship, don't, and you want to take it to the next level, don't rush that. Airplane, travel long distance, speed, overcome, rise up, freedom, no boundaries, breaking free and control, things work out, taking off, leave it behind, internal guidance systems. I think this is about your trajectory in life. You are in an upward trajectory. You are going forward. You are on the way, on your journey to accomplish things. With this 6 means community, and with this Gemini zodiac sign, you want somebody who can do that with you. You want a travel partner. You want and I mean, you might even want a literal travel partner, but you also want a travel partner in the journey of life. Someone that can keep up. Oh my gosh, I'm getting 24 karat magic in the air. Oh my gosh. I'm getting where he says, keep up. Yeah, that's your energy. Oh my gosh. The songs are coming in for you. You guys might be a little bit of like high rollers and just a little bit intimidating for some. Bloodstone. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is stone of strength. Yeah. Bloodstone is an earthy green chalcedony splatter with a series activating red jasper. In the Middle Ages, I believe the red splotches on the stone surface with the blood of Christ. They're constantly overworked and completely drained by the soul-sucking machinations of modern life Capricorns. Some of you are Capricorns. Yeah. And you have this hustle going on and you are drained. And you need a partner that can meet you in the middle. Because you put in a lot of work. Where to put it, wherever you do the important work, spiritual, physical, and psychological. When you are totally bled dry and it's time to get your body and start feeling your damn self. I love it. Sleep, get some exercise, take nourishment, and call on Bloodstone to drag your A out of the house, to face the day chin up, head high. Power up those vitals. Yeah, somebody's draining your energy. And also, this might be a message for some of you Capricorns, if you're not in a relationship and you're doing this hustle culture thing, to do some self-care, to love yourself this Valentine's Day. To do some serious self-care right here. And with this rose quartz, love yourself. Love yourself. And that's what it's, oh my gosh, I'm getting all the songs. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Oh yeah, Whitney Houston. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Yes, look at this. Pleasure seeker. She knows all the pleasures. Archivist. Oddball. She does what she wants for pleasure. Let's see what the pleasure seeker cards say. And also, this is giving very Capricorn energy. Some of you might be, competent lovers. Let's put it that way. And oddball, you might be into some interesting loving. Let's put it that way. You guys might be, yeah, some of you might be Aquariuses too, which, yeah. But I'm getting a lot of Capricorn's Saturn energy in this vibe as well. Movers and shakers, maybe even Taurus or Sagittarius. Because Sagittarius and Gemini energy, sort of this go, 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 do, 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 do. Some of you are Leos, but there's a lot of fixed sign energy. Leo, Capricorn, you are, yeah, this is your era. You're in it, and you want somebody who is going to help you shine and shine with you. Yes, let's look at this. Now let's go back to this and see if I can, because these card decks is interesting in that it doesn't necessarily go in a direction that is, here we go, pleasure seeker. The archivist. You walk on a cool, echoing hallway to the archivist's office. She welcomes you with a smile and offers you a comfortable chair beside her desk. You feel safe in her presence. You know you can speak about anything. She asks you what you wish to know about pleasure. Throughout history, people have found pleasure in so many ways. It's time to explore this vast heritage. Sometimes, in order to find your pleasure niche, you might need a little help. It can be difficult to figure out what feels good or what you need and what you don't need, where to start. It's time to look to the collected pleasure wisdom of others for advice or help. Let yourself be inspired. There's pleasure for you. Gain ideas from others. Apprenticeship is who might you wish to share their pleasure wisdom with you. Pleasure archivists come in many forms: friends, elders, therapists, historical figures, songwriters, writers, artists, strangers, librarians, documentarians. If you feel safe and comfortable, ask your chosen guide what brings you pleasure and what do you enjoy. Yeah, for sure. And you're learning. Some of you are learning about pleasure, and some of you definitely know how to give pleasure in all of its forms to your partner, to the people in your life, and you respect and you want it back in return. Oddball. The oddball is a confident figure. Her gaze is playful and direct. She meets you when you're feeling apologetic and unsure, hesitant to pursue what brings you joy. She asks you when you are old and gray, or if you are old and gray and look back on your life, will it matter what anyone else thought of you now? Seek pleasure in unconventional ways or places. What anyone else deems right or wrong, silly or strange, is of no importance. The relevance question is, does this bring you joy? You are never alone in your pleasures, whatever they may be. Everyone has some desire they feel hesitant to express, and whether or not you discover that a specific pleasure is your cup of tea, let it exist in the world and respect those who enjoy it. All pleasure is valid and valuable as long as you and others are safe and satisfied. Apprenticeship is what is the strangest thing that brings you pleasure. What is the oddest habit you enjoy? Take a moment to acknowledge and welcome this part of yourself. Put grape jelly on your egg sandwich. Wear jewels in your bathtub. Order an entire library of paint-by-number sets. Collect hamster fan art. Do what you want for pleasure. Oh, yes. And this Valentine's Day, I'm getting a vibe for you. You guys need to unplug. If you're with a partner that does not necessarily bring you the joy you want, maybe it's time to reconsider that. If the date you were on doesn't bring you the joy that you want, you know what? Check, please. Just being honest. And if you are single and you are working yourself to death, do something that brings you pleasure. Read a romance book. Go see a guilty pleasure movie or film. Go do that guilty pleasure thing. Or if you're really adventurous, go, do that guilty pleasure thing with lovemaking. Some of you are very adventurous in that respect, I just got to say. Other than that, this is the reading that I have for you, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. With this lovely rose quartz pendant. Now, this pendant is a gift from my partner, who, for no particular reason, just know I'm huge love for crystals, saw this, was reminded of me, and picked it up as a gift. And I love to wear it when I need to show myself more self-care and when I just want to feel loved inside. So let us see what is there for pile number 3. 8 of Cups, you're leaving something behind. I feel like you're going on a journey of discovery. 5 of Discs, what you're leaving behind is, and some of you might be, again, might want to go back to pile number 2. What you're leaving behind is the way you look at your finances. And I feel for some of you, the way you look at your finances and perceive your finances might be seen through the lens of some relationship, whether it be romantic, familial, or otherwise. The Emperor in reverse. You are trying to turn this Emperor card upside down. You want to be the ruler of all that you, of your domain, essentially, of all that you purvey, the ruler of your world. And with this in reverse, it is not yet there, but you are on the way. And there's something that you need to leave behind to get it. And I think that for some of you, this is an attitude, a way of looking at the world. Maybe you, and I feel like some of you see the world in almost in defeatist terms, very much glass half empty. And the Hermit in reverse, you are refusing the thing that's preventing you from getting to where you want to be is that you're refusing to do the self-work. You're refusing to hunker down and go within. The Hermit is a card, and since these are, this one is a major arcana, it's the thing that is influencing your life the most at this moment. You're refusing with the Hermit in upright. It means you are taking the advice of your spirit guides. You are going within. You are meditating. You're removing yourself from the world so that you can work on yourself. And with this Hermit in reverse, you are resisting that and resisting the changes that will come with that. And one thing I never noticed about this card, it's almost like this is bringing me to mind of like a rite of passage, almost where you have to walk over some hot coals or something to get to the other side. And what that is, in effect, is you. That is like the attitudes and the things that you need to revise and change about yourself in order to love yourself more deeply. That is what I'm getting. You might have some of you might have negative self-talk or other thought patterns like, oh, I'll never make it, or I don't know what I'm trying to do this for, or I always fail, or I mean, just one of the things that needs to change is your self-talk, is the way that you see yourself. Yeah. Some of you would benefit from working with affirmations, and yeah, with affirmations and with books like I'm getting like books like The Secret. The Law of Attraction work might help you. Abraham Hicks might help some of you. But it doesn't matter what method you choose, but what does need to choose is the way that you see yourself. You don't see yourself, some of you frankly don't see yourself as having value, and the path ahead might look sort of desolate. And a lot of this might be tied to the state of the world, that the things that are going on right now, socially, politically, economically. It feels bleak. And to be honest, I'm not going to blame you for that. But what this is saying is that you have to find a way to turn around your self-talk, to give yourself more hope when you get up in the morning. Some of you might need to seek psychotherapy. You might need help to do this, because for some of you this is very deep-seated feelings of self-worth, lack of self-worth, very deep-seated feelings of poverty mindset, and maybe even generational poverty. Some of this might be might need to cleanse yourself generationally. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I see, and I do see that the possibility for healing this is there. That's why you're here, and you're the card that got 2 empath deck cards. Let's see what comes up. Energize yourself with earthing. Walk barefoot or stretch out on the grass. Put your hands in the soil or hold a stone. Let the earth restore your strength and ground you. Yes, some of you, and on an energetic level, you know, things like depression and things like that sometimes come from a lack of being grounded. This is just on a spiritual, energetic level. Of course, do all of the, of course, always make the spiritual, energetic side complementary to whatever you're doing. I can't stress that enough. Whatever you're doing, like seeking psychotherapy or getting the help that you need. But this is a side point for you. Some of you would really do with grounding yourself in reality, earthing, going out in nature. And I get some of you might benefit from yoga. Yoga, sunshine, grounding, earthing, nature. Tame negative thinking. When negative thoughts arise, and this card just popped out, the 2 cards popped out, and some of you might benefit. I'm getting benefit from sunbathing, especially with this yellow energy right here. There's a lot of yellow energy in this reading. When negative feelings arise, experience the feelings behind them, then shift the anger to a larger, more compassionate perspective. Some of you might benefit from cognitive behavioral therapy. Look into that, read into books on that. Self-love. And remember I said I wear this pendant when I need to remind myself to tune into the energies of self-care and self-love and remind myself of how much I am loved. Some of you might also need to remember that you are loved, and you are loving. That is for someone. That is an affirmation for someone to say to yourself, I am loved, I am loved, I am loved, I am loved, and I am loving. Let's see what crystal. Garnet. Yes, these are all, this is very earth grounding energy. What it is, garnet are deep pomegranate to fiery red stones that have lit wrists for centuries. Garnet came in many forms like almandine, grossular, and spessartine. Sorry. To name 3, gorgeous garnets gush with positive vibes and are the perfect sparkly accessories too, and I got this attitude. Writers, who needs it? Writers who aren't writing, painters who aren't painting, sexual beings who aren't sexing. Where to put it? Any place you want to make something. Be it art, love, or dollar bills, y'all. Yes, this is the energy of going after what you want. When you feel like the real you is getting lost in the sometimes shallow, often materialistic priorities of a likes-driven culture, get into your depth. Garnet. Grounding energy. Garnet is a very powerful grounding stone. It grounds you into the here and now, and it grounds you into your body. And this red energy of the root chakra in this background, for some of you, it might be great to wear red to sort of bond with the color and the energy and the frequency of the color red. And that's a very grounding thing you can do. You know, according to Ayurvedic medicine, you can eat red foods like if you're a meat eater, red meat. You can eat apples. You can eat various root vegetables to ground yourself on a dietary way as well. And let's see, autumn. Full moon, the queen, within 6 to 9 months. Yes. And it's got Libra, Capricorn, and Sagittarius. Some of you, that might be your moon, sun, and or rising sign, or all three. Yeah, within 6 to 9 months is when you're going to, if you put these things into effect, if you work on your negative thinking with positive affirmations, if you earth yourself, if you get therapy, if you put all these things into a fruition, and you work on your lack mindset and abundance mindset, you can turn this Emperor card upside down and start to get towards the life that you want, owning your own, which is not just money, but it's also power over, and this is an I again, power over the way you see yourself, power over the way you show up in the world, and the way you behave. Some of you are starting this work, started this work during the full moon in Leo, which I still yet to post. Interestingly enough, I thought I had posted it. I did not post it. I will post it soon. I have the video. It's already done, but unfortunately, I have fractured my ankle around the time that I was supposed to post it, and that just kind of took over everything for a few days. I am still healing, actually, and and been told to get off of it for at least 2 weeks. But anyway, sidebar. That full moon Leo reading will be up. Some of you started this journey in full moon in Leo, and it will carry over to the next full moon and on into the next 6 to 9 months. You can use the full moons to manifest and to release the things that no longer serve you. For you, I think it would be very beneficial to release a lot of the things that no longer serve you, thought processes. And this past full moon in Leo was all about how you showed up in the world, all about what you wanted to, how you wanted to show up in the world, and what you want to look like in the world, not only to others, but more importantly to yourself, what you want to look and feel like, and the qualities that you want to embody, and that you want to present to the world at large and to yourself. And yeah, so by autumn, if you incorporate all of these things that I was saying, you will start to see the positive benefits show up for you in your life, not only in the way that you think, in the way that you operate, in the way that you show up in the world, in the way that you feel. So it's going to be like all things that have a very strong earth-based grounding philosophy to them. This is not going to be like an overnight thing. This is going to be something that you have to work on, and something that you have to, because this is a lot of deep-seated thoughts and emotions that can be perceived as negative. So let's see. 13th, the pleasure seeker. She takes a leap of faith. Let's see what this one is about. This new deck, and I have to say I'm loving it. It's very deep. The energies of the cards are very, very deep. Let's see, 13. What does it have to say? The trapeze swinger. There's a moment when the trapeze swinger lets go, a moment where she is suspended in air, seemingly weightless. She knows that in the next moment her fingertips will grasp her trapeze and she will be safe. She knows this because she trusts the skills she has built and the time she has spent in training. She trusts her body to know what it needs and what it can handle. She tells you pleasure often requires a leap of faith, a pressing beyond what feels comfortable or habitual. Every leap towards pleasure is a leap toward embracing yourself more fully. Not all pleasures will come easily. Some will require effort and strong will. Yes, 6 to 9 months, people. Some others may only be enjoyed once or twice before they are gone. Yet the urge is to reach out, to leap, to grasp onto pleasure. This is never wrong. And isn't the leap glorious? Isn't it exhilarating? Take a chance on some new pleasure or desire. Seek out some unexpected delight. Leap up into the air and trust your feet to soften your landing. Hang a swing from a tree or set up a hammock in your backyard. Watch footage of trapeze swingers. Jump into a pile of fall leaves. Yes. Walk on the balance beams and sidewalk edges. This is telling you, what this is saying is one of the biggest things for the root chakra and grounding and the work in the root chakra is to trust that you'll be safe. It's to trust that no matter what happens, no matter where you swing, you will land on your feet and you will stay grounded. You will land on your feet like a cat with 9 lives, and you will be safe. And one of the biggest affirmations that I love for the root chakra is simply, I am grounded and I am safe. I am safe and I am grounded. These are huge affirmations that you can do to affirm your place in the world. Yeah, you are affirming your place in the world. Pile number 3, you belong here. You deserve to be here. No, don't let anybody tell you that you don't deserve to be here, that you don't deserve pleasure and joy. And if you work on this, saying 6 to 9 months, you'll feel some resolution. You'll feel some large positive shifts and changes that have happened in your life by working on the way that you see yourself, the way you see the world, and the way you think about yourself and the world in relation to the world, I should say. The way you think about yourself in relation to the world and others. And that is what I have for you today, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Sending you so much love and so much support vibes. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.